Hey guys, it's Levi Gates and welcome back to DETALKS. I got my crew with me. I got Mr. Matthew Ward, my assistant manager. I've got Steve Parrish of Mobile Dirt Dart Bike Repair. And of course, the master of all trades, Mr. Ivan LaCroix of Optimum Polymer Technologies. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
So this time we're going to talk about car shows and some of the funny experiences we've had, some of the weird experiences we've had, some of the things that you see, some of the cringeworthy moments at car shows, so to speak. Matt and I, this past weekend, just judged a Best Paint Award at a car show. And
or the least bad paint?
Yeah. Matt, what did you say next year we need to have an award for?
The worst paint award.
Yeah, it was rough. It was really rough. We saw, 300-400 cars, and it was down to 2, possibly, of the whole thing. And we're talking cars that have been painted, nice paint jobs on some of them, but improper detailing practices, buffer trails, swirl marks, holograms, sanding marks, orange peel. I mean, we just couldn't find the normal everyday guy with a good car. He'd be wiping it down, cleaning it up, but it hadn't seen a polish in a decade.
Ages,
yeah. So we finally settled on one, and we thought we did a good job. I think we did. So
best we could do.
Yeah, exactly. Any of you guys got some weird stuff that you've seen?
Well, the car shows in Granby, we have a really huge antique car show every year. It's an international car shows. People fly or boat cars in from Europe and all over the U.S. and Canada, and the judging is very rigorous and all that. But the judging on paint is the right color.
Yeah,
it's black.
Yeah, that's about it. Because a lot of antique car owners, they open their trunk when they get to the car show, they pull out their cotton terry cloth that's been in the trunk for the last 15, 20 years, somewhere
sometimes
around
a
there.
bath towel.
Yeah, a bath towel. Then they'll put out some form of instant detailer, spray wax, whatever, and just spray over the dust and wipe it off. And, they create new swirls every time. But they're proud of their swirls. Mm-hmm. You got to give them that. Every one of them, they think their paint is perfect. If you say, hey, I can polish your paint, why? It's perfect.
There's no scratches.
Yeah, exactly. So, as a detailer, trying to market to this crowd is a little difficult in the sense that you can't go up to them and say, hey, I can make your paint look better, because they already think it's perfect. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to be able to do a test spot in a 1963 Impala. Sorry, they started making the Impala in '64. So, but anyways, yeah. But no, I think before that. But the guy's not going to let you do a test spot on it, and they're just proud of their paint. So, for antique car shows, that's one thing. There's a lot of people that have success though with import car shows, tuner car shows. They're a little more into the paint correction and detailing aspect of it.
Which is what we did. We took a 350Z and cut it up a little bit, and
masked
out
a
little urban camo, so to speak, down one side. That way people could kind of get an idea for it. We got some views, but most people were really drawn by our little Corona wagon that we had, which you see in some other detoxes. For us, the hard part for me is, now that we've experienced towels from the rag company, all of us have.
Yes.
I get a kick out of seeing the old men with the Home Depot towels, the little 4-pack, or Walmart brand towels, or
whatever,
something like that. And you'll watch them. They'll be out there talking to their buddy, and they're spraying their car down, and they're wiping it. And then all of a sudden they drop their towel on the concrete and the gravel and the dirt.
Well, they'll shake it off, though.
They'll shake it off, and they'll keep going and keep watching and talking and telling stories, and nobody's the wiser. And I'm over, and I'll go to car shows with my dad, and we'll be prepping the car, and I've got a whole plethora of towels. I've got some good instant detailer, and we're wiping the truck down, and he is now noticing those things as well and going like, oh my gosh, look at the...
Yeah.
And hopefully we've had a couple folks come up and just ask, oh, that's a cool looking towel, and things like that. So we're trying to educate some of those folks, but...
Yeah, I did a clinic for an antique. I do a lot of clinics in our shops for car clubs. Mm-hmm. And, we'll have the Miata Club, the Tesla Club, and things like that. And they're all interested in paint correction and all that. And I had one for an antique car club, and it's not interesting. The paint, they were just, how do I maintain it at the car show? So we got them away from the dust collector thing, and
Yep, the California car
yeah,
lister.
exactly. And all those items, I always start the clinic by holding one up and saying, "Who's got one of these?" And a lot of people put their hands up. Then I pitch it across the room and say, "Get rid of it. You're scratching your car. Trust me." So we educate them, and eventually they come around to learning what a car should look like. And when I do those clinics, I have my car close by, and I do the little demonstration on what Optico can do to your car, how to dry a car with water, and that always freaks people out, and different things. We show them how to clay their car. We show them how to wax with Optimum Car Wax. Especially the classic cars, they have so many nooks and crannies and the chrome, and it's just held on with clips, and there's holes behind those clips, and water gets in behind the panels, and washing those with water is not really a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's also, they don't get really dirty.
Right.
They're just driving into a show on Saturday and driving it home.
Most of the time, it's just in the garage.
Yeah, and on Tuesday night, they'll go out to a cruise night maybe locally, or they'll go get an ice cream with their wife or the grandkids, and that's about all the car ever sees. So they don't need a full wash or detail, but when they eventually get a detail, then they realize, whoa, that's what my car could have looked like for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
But it's getting them to commit to that one detail.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are afraid to have their cars polished.
Right.
Oh, you're going to take my paint off. No. We're going to just smooth it out. We're going to make it look a little better than it does now. So.
And Steve, you do a lot of like exotics and higher end cars.
Usually what I get is it looked better than it came from the dealership. So
That's always the best compliment.
yes, that's a very high compliment when you're talking high-end Mercedes and dark colors and stuff. So, they really like that. They do. When they can open up the trunk and everything is wiped out and cleaned, and they can't find a spot on there anywhere. That's what they love most. But getting the scratches out that they said the dealership couldn't get out, and get those scratches out, give it that deep depth to the paint. That's what they really enjoy. So,
Well, cool. Well, guys, again, you probably want to make sure you do like Ivan says, get some car clubs in your shop, do some clinics, educate, teach them. That's one thing Matt and I try and do a lot of, is to just get the word out so that people understand what they're doing. Not everybody understands it. A lot of guys just want to get the biggest turbo or the biggest supercharger or get it so that it's running right. But then they still show up with a dirty paint job. And our whole job as detailers is to make sure we educate our customers about paint. The Competition Ready show, Velocity, hopefully will help elevate that. We've already seen that in our shop, customers coming in and talking about the tips and tricks that they learned on the show, and wanting us to, hey, I want my car clayed. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, well, Bob McKee created that show specifically with that in mind. 10 years ago, nobody knew any car builder, and now there's car builders that everybody knows by name because of these shows. And that's what he wanted to do with detailing.
Yeah.
So, and my good friend Joe Fernandez, as he always says, it's not how good your car is, it's how good you look driving your car.
There you go. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
So, I want to thank all you guys coming, enjoying this little get-together, little chat. And remember, comment below. Yep, right over there by Ivan's knees, and make sure that you help your fellow detailers out. All these little tips and tricks you never know who's listening, who's watching, or who's reading. Hopefully will spark some interest. So make sure you subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel, and thanks for watching.
Hey, and what's your email, Levi?
Oh, Levi@theragcompany.com. Make sure you email me with more comments and suggestions.